Hi there. This is Leslie Rogowski with the Beadsmith for another Facebook Live. Today we're going to do these really super minimal little peyote earrings using our ear wire hoops. Ta-da! And there they are. So for today, I am going to assume that those of you who are watching know about peyote and can do a simple strip, even count or odd count, whatever you desire. I have used size 11 delicas. I did a pair of these using regular size 11s and not delicas, and I just like this really clean look from the cylinder beads. But certainly you can try all different beads. I've done a different size also. The one I'm showing you here has size 10 delicas. Bring that up a little bit so you can see it's a slightly bigger and just a little more of the texture of the bead shows. But it's a very, very small strip of peyote that's being used here. Let's take this away and get started. So we have size 11 delicas for this pattern in the earrings that were in the photo. I have 5 colors, red, green, blue, yellow, and black. And I'm using 30 millimeter beading hoops. So these are very easy to use. They will pull out of, this is the housing, which I referred to in the tutorial. They will pull out if you yank too hard. So all I did to make these earrings was use a flat nose pliers to make the little elbow bends in my hoop. I made the strip first, and I'm going to show you how I do this and how I measure, how you're going to measure. Using a strip I made with the size 10 delicas only because they're a little bigger and you'll be able to see the zip up when you roll it around. I found that it's much easier to make a flat strip first, and then we're going to mark the hoop where we're going to make the little elbows, and then we're going to zip up the tube around it. So you can use a flat nose pliers, wide one or skinny one. You can see the different noses. And I like the flat nose as opposed to a chain nose and certainly a round nose because it has a nice side, and I'm going to show you how I use the side to help make that little angle here that you can see. So this is my strip. Even count or odd count totally depends on the design you want to make. This is even count so I could do it fast for today, and 14 beads. And it's 4 beads in each column around that's going to fit. You want to make sure that it's going to fit around the ear hoop. So here's how we do this. I'm going to bring this in a little closer. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. So what I do is I hold my housing so that it's straight up and down, and I'm just going to lay my little strip of beads, center it under the housing, and I'm just eyeballing this. And I'm going to take a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to hold my hoop down, and I'm going to mark just beyond the little edge here, like right where it looks like it's going to hit the little strip. Yes, I got marks on my mat. So now I have 2 little marks you can see here and here. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm going to hold it perpendicular to the hoop. This means that it's going to be like this. I'm not going to hold it flat. I'm going to turn it because it's going to give me the side of my pliers to press against to make the little elbow bend. Now I'm going to hold this just outside the little dot that I made. And now on the outside, you can see I'm pressing, here I'll hold it like this. On the outside, I'm just going to press to make a little bend. And then I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. And make sure you're pressing on the outside. I'm going to make a little bend. And what this does actually is it'll bend the bottom part. You can kind of finagle it with your fingers. So you're going to have a bend. And whoops, there you go. Okay. Now I'm taking my strip and I'm going to hold it against that wire, against the bar, hence the name Barista. Okay. Now, I found it easier to fold my piece of beadwork around like this so I could access it without getting involved with the rest of the hoop and getting it all caught up. So here's my working thread, and you can see it's coming out of this end here. And now to zip it together, you go back and forth between the from outie bead to outie bead. So this is going to sew in here like this and across into the next bead. And it's going to pull it together. You can see I'm just zipping it up. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't use black thread with the light beads, but I found that the blue color beads are very easy to see on camera, and now you can see my thread too. So you can see I'm going back and forth to zip it up. There is a photo in the tutorial. You'll see where I've used a white line to indicate, and you can see how this is zipping closed around the bar. I'm going to switch over to my colorful one, and you can see once it's zipped up, there it is around it. All you have to do next is add your ear wire to the housing and you're done, guys. That's it. Now, some fun things you can do include adding a little dangle. These housings have a little loop at the top. So you can see on this pair, I actually made these to be a pair. Asymmetrical gold and silver, a couple jump rings with a little drop, and there you go. This one shows a nice mix. You know those great colorful tubes that we get that have all the different shades of something, and Beadsmith has a ton of really cool mixes. Just randomly pick them up. You don't even have to look. And then there's also these little spirals that I design using my bead design software. And there is, in the tutorial, you get a pattern for the spiral, because it just took a tiny little bit of brain work to figure that out. Up here, you can see that this is where the diagram is, so in case you forget how to stitch back and forth. And then you need to know how to weave your ends in and trim. There's no tension or anything to worry about with this project. These are so fast. I can't begin to tell you how much fun they are, and I'm just like making more and more and more. Anyway, there you go. That's it. That's the Facebook Live for today. My Barista hoop earrings from the Beadsmith. Again, you need a couple colors of delicas, the 30mm beading hoops, a pair of ear wires, flat nose pliers, and of course a thread zap or a scissors to trim your threads. And because I was working in size 11 delicas, I was using a size 12 needle. When I worked in size 10 delicas, I was using a size 10 needle. So it's kind of up to you what you're comfortable with. And that's it for a Wednesday afternoon. I cannot see the chat because of some tech issues, but Leslie Pope, any questions? I know I'm here with my partner in crime, Leslie Pope, the other half of Team Leslie. She's going to tell me if there's any questions. No questions. All right, so you can go right now into, beadsmith.com/I love beads and look for the Barista hoop earrings in the Delica section. The I Love Beads library is divided by bead, so go to the Delicas, look for the Barista Hoop earrings, you'll be able to get your free PDF to download. And make sure to support your favorite bead shops who carry all our quality Beadsmith beads, tools, and supplies to make your very own Barista Hoop earrings. Minimum effort, maximum style, less is more. So we love you guys. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a while. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye.